No, those votes are not official, final yet. So, what do you hope is going to come out of the rest of the evening?
So obviously, the trend continues as we're seeing now, and we see issue 2 pass and become part of the Constitution. Yeah.
Absolutely. All right. Thank you, Hans. And we'll send it back to you guys. We'll continue to look for that official final on issue 2. Back to you in the studio.
Okay, we'll be standing by for that. Ashley Lunningham live in Russellville for us tonight. Ashley, thanks.
All right. Thanks a lot, Chris. Well, joining us now to talk about issue 2 are 2 special guests, Michael Cook and Robert Steinbuch. You guys having fun?
Yes.
Yeah. Thanks for being here on election night. It makes it more exciting for us. Let's talk a little bit about issue 2. It appears as though it's heading in the direction that it will be approved by Arkansas voters. And a vote for it would revoke that license in Pope County, and it would require a countywide vote for any future casinos. There seems to be some disparity in the statewide vote and the vote among Pope County voters. So if you can, just talk a little bit about that.
It's really fascinating because the claim about issue 2 is that it was creating local control for Pope County because 6 years ago they voted against casinos in general. But now it turns out that the Pope County folks actually in Pope County didn't want that to happen. So the so-called local control didn't turn out to be local control at all.
That's right. And
I would echo what Robert had to say. But the biggest thing is, I think we all made mistakes in life. We should have gotten the casino business in terms of the tens of millions of dollars that were hundreds that have been spent on these ads in terms of in the mail, television, YouTube ads. I've not seen anything like that. So
yeah, and
it's shocking.
$300 million casino on the line.
Right. Yeah.
Cherokee Nation was awarded that casino, and again, this ballot issue would void that. So if it does continue to appear that Arkansans are voting for issue 2, what does that mean going forward? If Arkansans want another casino?
Well, 2 things. One is Arkansas is going to be sued by the Cherokee Nation for probably $1 billion for what's called a takings case. So that's going to be an interesting case. And the fact that it's claimed that this amendment will affect future casinos is really not true, because in order to have a future casino, you need a new amendment. And that new amendment will create whatever process there is for getting local control. So this amendment will really have no effect. The only thing this amendment did was kill the Pope County Casino.
So we may be talking about casinos again, and it
yes.
doesn't end tonight.
Oh, most definitely,
Yeah,
most definitely.
It's been going on for years, so it will continue. Real quick before we go, if I could get your reaction to the state Supreme Court race. It's a historic one.
I have a theory. For political junkies, we pay attention to Rhonda Wood and Karen Baker, both Supreme Court justices, both running. My theory is Karen Baker's name just sounds more common. Like I know that sounds crazy, but if you're, in Newport or El Dorado and you're an accountant or a construction worker, you're like, I think I went to high school with Karen Baker. I'll vote for her. I know that sounds crazy with all that how the money is spent on those things, but that's how sometimes these judge races come down to.
Well, one of the problems is we have nonpartisan judge elections. And it sounds good. Well, judges shouldn't be partisan. But that provides information to the electorate. And unfortunately, people don't know judges. And now, as Michael points out, well, that name sounds better. And it's really not a way to run an election.
Right. Okay. Will you guys stick around a little bit longer?
We'll do it.
Okay. We'd love to end the show with you. We have much more of our coverage of Election Day 2024. It continues after the break. Stay with us.
Thank you.
And welcome back to Channel 7 News coverage of election 2024 and the race to join the Little Rock City Board. Antoine Phillips, the incumbent for position 9, the at-large position, seeking a second term, and it looks like he'll win it tonight, leading Jordan Thomas with 68% of the vote. And then take a look here at position 10. The longest serving city director in the city's history, Joan Adcock, at 84 years of age, is in the fight of her life with Blake Tierney tonight. But Joan Adcock is leading that race by, just about 1,000 votes right now. It is yet to be called, but we will keep an eye on that. Joan Adcock, again, the longest serving city director in history, seeing if she'll go back to the Little Rock Board of Directors.
All right. Little Rock voters also deciding whether they want their sales tax to increase to pay for city improvements and bump up in its operations budget.
That's right. If you voted today, you saw on your ballot there were actually 2 different places where you could vote for this. The city proposing a sales tax increase totaling 1%. One of those is permanent. One is temporary. Let's take a look at how the voters looked at this tonight. The 3/8 cent sales tax, which was the permanent sales tax, soundly being defeated tonight with 58% of the vote. Meanwhile, the 5/8 cent sales tax, which would have expired after 10 years, 61% saying no to that. Channel 7's Andrew Mobley has been at City Hall tonight following the progress of the sales tax vote.
That's right. He caught up with Mayor Frank Scott Jr. Let's listen in.
We're here with Little Rock Mayor Frank Scott Jr. The results have been coming in for Results for the Rock. Sir, I wonder if you could tell me a little bit about this ballot question and kind of what the goal of it is, and also just your perspective of the numbers that are rolling in right now and where it is.
Well, as we've shared over the past year, it's been the focus on how do we continue to focus on the growth and the transformation of the city of Little Rock by focusing on the 4 Ps: public safety, parks and recreation, public infrastructure, and the Little Rock Port. We are still hopeful for this particular passage of this tax that will help focus on the transformation and growth. It does look like, based on the early votes, a downward trend. And so if there is a need to go back to the drawing board, we will. We're still fighting for the future of Little Rock. We're grateful for the residents that exercise their right to vote, whether they voted for it or against it for this sales tax. And we also understand during this economic times that it's a hard decision to make based off your pocketbooks, but we're going to continue to fight for the future of the city and do what we can to make certain the residents get everything that they need in a time of need, as we've always done.
Well, thank you very much, sir. And the night's not over yet. The results are still coming in. There's still a chance. Chris, Beth, back to you.
All right, Andrew, thanks a lot. Let's take a look at some of the other races we've been tracking tonight. There are a couple of mayoral races in Central Arkansas. The city of Conway electing Bart Castleberry as mayor there. 71% voting for Bart Castleberry, with 24% voting for Mark Elsinger. Let's go south now to Pine Bluff. Here's a look at that race. Former state representative Vivian Flowers is projected to be Pine Bluff's next mayor. Flowers beat incumbent Mayor Shirley Washington during a primary runoff earlier this year, and tonight she has beat John Fenley. Vivian Flowers winning 88% of the vote, Fenley with 12%.
A first term for Vivian Flowers, a third term for Bart Castleberry. Congratulations to both. We'll be right back with one last check-in with our analyst. That's coming up next. Well, welcome back, and we welcome back in our political analysts, Michael Cook and Robert Steinbuch. Gentlemen, when you open the Democrat Gazette tomorrow morning, what do you think are going to be the headlines when it comes to Arkansas politics?
Republicans win, but Democrats flip a state house seat in Northwest Arkansas. Diana Gonzalez-Worthen in District 9 is the new, she beat an incumbent Republican. So that's a nice little win up in Northwest Arkansas for Democrats.
No doubt.
And for surprising results, maybe issue 2. Looks like issue 2 is going to pass. That surprises me. Does it surprise you, Michael?
That one, I could have gone back and forth.
Yeah.
I didn't have a dog in the hunt, so
Right.
whichever way voters went was fine with me on that one.
Right.
And the race for Supreme Court justice is still pretty tight. Do
Very,
we see
very
that
tight, yeah.
being decided tonight?
It depends on some of these outlying counties. It can go either way, but Karen Baker, the last we saw, was leading, but it's not over just yet.
And as I said in a previous segment, she always seems to surprise. She never seems to campaign, and she always seems to get a lot of votes.
You know, this seemed to be a good night for Governor Sanders, even though she wasn't on the ballot. Guys, talk about that.
Well, as Michael pointed out, this is a very Republican state. She's getting a lot of Republican support, and she's going to get to a point. What is it? 2 people now on the Supreme Court.
Well, she definitely she gets to appoint 1, right? And then also she gets to appoint the next Secretary of State. So
Right.
you know, I'm not crazy about that, but she does have some victories in terms of being able to appoint the people that she wants.
Michael, I'm sure on your side there was some anticipation that the governor and her first couple of years in office and the LEARNS Act might boost some Democratic turnout. Do you think that developed? Did you see any evidence of that?
I don't know yet because I haven't had a chance to really. I love digging into the numbers, but I haven't had a chance to really dig into it. I do know, anecdotally, Arkansas LEARNS is not popular the more and more you get into rural Arkansas because it's just draining money from these small town school districts.
Arkansas is the most Republican state in the country. So even with a boost, unfortunately for Democrats, it's not going to have a great effect.
Right.
All right. Would you guys come back sometime?
Sure.
We'd love having you.
Anytime.
Yeah.
Sure.
Maybe in a couple of years.
Right,
We'll do this
exactly.
again.
Maybe a couple of
Return.
weeks.
Right.
We will all
Exactly.
be back for that. For
Right.
sure. All
All
right,
right.
guys. Thanks
Thanks
very
for your
much.
Thank you so
Thank
much.
you.
We will take one final break and wrap up our election night coverage right after this. So, I'm sorry. So, explain this again. We're just going to wrap here.
Welcome back. Well, what a night. Our
Yes.
election coverage here on Channel 7. Most of the big races have been called here in Arkansas, but the one that is top of mind for everyone here in Arkansas and across the country is the presidential race.
Yeah, no doubt. Let's show you the latest Electoral College map as it stands right now. Look at the very top in very small print. You can see that Donald Trump at this moment is leading in the popular vote with 51% of the vote to Kamala Harris's 47%. Still a lot of votes to come out west. But at this point, a fascinating position to see Trump leading the popular vote as well as the Electoral College right now. They're going to talk about this a lot on ABC News as soon as we get off the air.
You know, the analysts had said this would either be very close or it could also be a blowout. Either way, I guess we'll still kind of wait and see.
Yeah, no doubt.
All right. Well, that's going to do it for us here for our special election night coverage right here on Channel 7 News. Thanks for being with us.
We want to remind you we have every election update posted on KATV.com, and they'll have more starting tomorrow morning at 4:30 on Daybreak. Stacey Spivey joins Ryan and Melinda. Have a great night. We'll see you tomorrow. Good night.